Hello. It is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. And we are live from downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the United States of America. As has become kind of the norm for streams lately, I've been able to get out for an hour or so on my lunch break. I'll try to do that again today and try to get a little habit. Looks like we've been doing Tuesdays around noon lately. I'll try to stick with that, give or take half hour to an hour or so. But today I do have a spot that we're walking to in downtown Minneapolis. But yeah, thanks for tuning in and checking out the stream today. We will be first heading to Nicollet Mall. It's kind of a gloomy day. I was expecting a walk in the rain today. Wasn't sure if I was going to do a live stream or record a video to post later. Because with the rain, sometimes you can get really nice footage that will, I think, turn out better with the higher video quality. You get a little lower quality on the streams. But it's just a gloomy day, so decided to do a live stream walk instead. Been a bit of a slow morning for me, but lots of fun stuff going on this afternoon. Kind of quiet afternoon in downtown. Just as people were getting excited about Target bringing people back downtown, it sounds like they're doing a big round of layoffs. Well, both Target and Amazon, I think, announced a massive amount of layoffs today, which, not a huge presence in Minneapolis. They do have an office here, but Target is doing layoffs today, so best of luck to all the Minnesotans working for that company who might be losing their jobs today, and best of luck in finding whatever's next. It's definitely a concerning time when you have mass layoffs from all these large companies. Mass layoffs going on. You've got our federal government shut down. All of the SNAP recipients have nothing coming November 1st. Feels a bit bleak. Not gonna lie. Maybe that's a little bit of that gloomy weather getting to me. How these kids on the bus are hollering at me. The Blake School. I think that's like a private school out in Golden Valley or something like that. The gimbal is feeling a bit funky today, so if the video quality is shaky or off, please do let me know. I can make some adjustments and restart the stream, but I think I found out what it was. It was there's a little tripod on the bottom, and that was just loose, but I could feel it shaking. And here we are on Nicollet Mall. Lots of Prince excitement going on downtown right now. So you have the new Prince musical that just debuted up the street, and that will be That will be going for at least the next couple weeks, and then I think it's going to head over to Broadway. I've heard mixed reviews, you know. I mean, Purple Rain, obviously an iconic record. Hard to compete with the nostalgia people have for something like that. And I've heard that the performance is a bit long, but I've also heard that there were some cuts to it to where it's gotten a little shorter, and we'll see what they keep doing and see how they adjust it before the official launch in the future. Lana says the quality is good. How's the weather today? It's fine, you know, mid-40s. Seasonal, about what you'd expect this time of year. A little chilly, but not bad at all for Minnesota. I got a sweatshirt and a light jacket. Perfect weather in my opinion. Mary Tyler Moore here had Prince's iconic purple outfit from Purple Rain on last week. Someone had, there's I guess a group of people that use the hashtag knit for Mary online, and I had seen one of them talking about it. So someone posted a picture onto Threads, the microblogging site, and it said it was her wearing that Prince outfit, and someone's like, does anyone know what this outfit means? Why is it on there? And I was like, hey, your Minneapolis card is revoked if you don't recognize that outfit. Like, that's disrespectful to Minnesota as a whole. You gotta know Prince. But the person said they were new here. We got the Dayton's holiday market starting to get set up, it looks like, or maybe something else. I don't know. We got Ange up in NYC. Hey, yo, Ange, good to see you again. R.I.P. Prince, went to a party at Paisley Park in 2000. Awesome. I am eternally jealous. I have heard many, many great stories of people taking trips out to Paisley Park in Chanhassen and partying all night with Prince and having a great time. Cartier says, good afternoon, and I hope you're having a good day so far. But anyways, are you doing anything today or not really? So I'm working today. I am on my lunch break right now. I am live streaming. That's something, right?
Walk sign is on the cross.
Michael says, good evening from Nigeria. I'm a big fan of your channel. Hey, it's very cool to hear that I have a fan out there in Nigeria. Glad that you're enjoying it, and good to see you here. Mother Dough, the coffee shop, I believe this is their third or fourth location in downtown, has just opened up here in the US Bank Center. Have not been in there yet. I got coffee from there at one point, maybe a year or two ago, but need to get back there. Tom says, is it true that the Timberwolves might get a new arena? Yes, I believe that will happen. I'm not sure what that arena is going to look like, where it's going to be, or who's going to fund it. But I am convinced that that new arena is coming. It looks like we got a cool photography exhibit here. So we got Through Our Lens, youth photography exhibition led by artist Andy Richter. Made possible by the City of Minneapolis Community Planning and Economic Development Department through the Vibrant Storefronts Initiative and Minneapolis Downtown Council and Downtown Improvement District. Awesome. Is Breckenridge the last name of the photographer here? T. Delando. then you got the rotating display here. Cool. Glad to see that put in here. I'll come out here sometime and take a closer look at everything, but if you're in Minneapolis, come support this initiative to get art on our streets and get some of these storefronts a little more activity. Love that Vibrant Storefronts initiative to try to make use of some of these spots that there's not much going on. Now let me try to get caught up. Lana says, love your channel. Moved out of Minneapolis in 2005 and haven't been back since 2017. Need to plan a trip? Absolutely. Got to get back, see all the things that have changed here. Lots of new buildings between 2017 and now. Definitely a little quieter downtown. Lots of changes to the Skyway system. Everything's only open 11 to 1:30 or so at best for most of the stuff in the Skyway, but downtown's drastically different. But hopefully that means things get better in the future and can be livable and enjoyable for people. Shandu says, I like Minneapolis. Lana says, so much new construction. Hassan Denzel was at the IDS tower. Yeah, it's just walked by there. Jimmy says, used to walk in the Skyways as a kid with my mom. We'd have lunch at the Woolsworth cafeteria in the IDS building. Awesome, yeah. Bet those are fond memories. Hopefully the working parents in downtown are occasionally bringing their kids downtown to try to build those memories with their kids. A few months ago, actually it was last school year, so it was a while back, but my kids had the day off from school. I don't know if they were on what kind of break they were on, but I brought them downtown just to walk through the Skyways for part of the day off and took them out to get cookies. There's like this little cookie building in, I think it's called Classic Cookie Cart or something like that, Classic Cookies. And they had took them in there. They went to was gonna have them split one cookie, and the person was just so nice, and she gave them like a second cookie and gave me a cookie, and was just so happy to see kids downtown. I was just trying to show them like a different part of the city and bring them down here occasionally, but it turned out really great. They had good cookies. The locals' front patio, they've taken it in for the year already. Sign of what's to come. No snow yet. I've heard there's going to be snow potentially in northern Minnesota today. Lana says, still shocked by how empty the streets are compared to when I was there. Friends have said since the riots. Yeah, they were, I don't know, there was a construction along here, I think 2017, 2018, right? And they remodeled it, took out most of the seating. And then there was the pandemic where everybody went to remote work. Downtown was really not hit super hard by the riots. I mean, it was a pretty intense time. I blame it more on remote work, but that's the way I see it, because you look at some of the other neighborhoods in the city, like North Loop, where there's a lot more small in-person offices and young people kind of go there to hang out. It's rebounded quite a bit more than downtown in terms of foot traffic, but there's just not a ton of storefronts around here. I don't know. Yo, Ange says, what? Only open for a few hours? Yeah, so that I think is a huge part too of why the post-pandemic for recovery downtown has changed so much, or has lagged so much. Now you go to one of these Skyway spots. If I try to get a lunch after 2 p.m., no chance whatsoever. Like, there's maybe 1 or 2 spots that are still open in the entire Skyway system. Maybe that's a little dramatic, maybe a handful total, but a majority of everything closes by 2 p.m. Which, like, if you're trying to build this vibrant downtown where you have people hanging out after work, going to happy hour, and I understand that consumer trends around alcohol have really changed a lot to where people are going out less. We were talking earlier about the layoffs at Target and Amazon and what those signal. I mean, people are going to be spending less money, so harder to run businesses downtown. I don't know, a lot of factors coming into play here. But yeah, I feel like those limited hours are definitely make it to where anyone who's not just down there for a business lunch is going to be coming down here and grabbing a meal. Buppy Fountain. This is PV Plaza. Was walking through here the other day and I saw this was down, and so I went over and asked one of the PV Plaza employees about it. They said one day it just blew over. Like, it was a weekend and no one was around. Luckily no one was hurt, but yeah, that light post dropped maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Maybe more than that, I don't know. I'm wondering how long that's going to be down for. Oh, I think Ange kind of nails it right there. She says, that's the thing, if you're trying to build the downtown for people to live, that makes it difficult. It's not a pedestrian-friendly city. Deanthus says, I remember that turned into an ice rink. I think that's a great use every year. Oh. The ramp is closed. Oh well. Yeah, they're talking about changing Nicollet Mall to remove the buses to try to make it more pedestrian friendly and turn it into a better pedestrian mall. Move the buses off between, I think, 1 and 3 blocks off depending on the bus. But without storefronts and places for people to sit outside, I don't think it's going to move the needle too much. I think you got to really lean into people having stuff to do, places to go, and places that they want to be, like cool experiences and stuff. Especially outdoor seating. I love outdoor seating, and I think finding a way to do that in the winter, to like whether it's heated patios or like even covered, and finding a way to keep that outdoor or similar to outdoor adjacent activity going on all year round. But yeah, another big thing that changed during the pandemic is a lot of these storefronts with windows facing along Nicollet Mall closed their Nicollet facing entrances. Lana says, used to be pedestrian friendly. Those streets on the Skyway used to be packed from foot traffic to cars. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's more than just remote work changing that too. That's, I think, when we talk about the storefronts and the way you had the large mall downtown, you had all these different businesses in the Skyway, and then you had Macy's and Bloomingdale's and all the department stores downtown. When everybody went to the pandemic, a lot of those businesses closed. Some of those were closing pre-pandemic too. So it's a symptom of consumer changes to where everyone started buying stuff online, shopping more on Amazon, Now, if you want to get shoes, you don't have a ton of options downtown. Hey. Yeah, there used to be good stores like Saks and even Neiman Marcus. Yeah, all those spots are gone downtown now. And it's not like cities can't keep those places. They still exist. Do people in Minnesota just go to the Mall of America to shop? I mean, we have shopping malls that are doing okay in other parts of the area. Obviously not as great as the heyday of the shopping mall of the 90s, but city leaders definitely have their work cut out for them, figuring out how to get downtown to be a place where people are going again. And she says outdoor seating is the best. We have so much of it outside all year. Yeah, and like New York doesn't get quite as cold this year. I mean, I guess that's an understatement, but still, like, people make it work. People want to gather. People want to be around other people. It's a part of life, part of the human experience. The Mall of America used to have a great Bloomingdale's. Oh, I skipped a couple here. Speaking about lunch, do you have a favorite spot downtown to eat or just a random selection? My favorite spots to eat downtown are, I don't know what it's called. There's a sushi spot. It's, I think, in Baker Center. They do like a sushi special that's pretty good. There's it's called Skyway Walk. It's probably the best deal. They've got, you can get these like massive egg rolls. My friend calls them the baby leg sized egg rolls. And they're like, I think like $3 or something. Super affordable. Then the pizza place, the Andrea Pizza. I like that one. Not bad. Those are probably my three favorites, but those are all just quick grab and go lunch spots, not the restaurant style. There used to be a lot of like restaurants and beer bars and a lot of good stuff downtown, like Hopcat. And she says, I was so bummed to hear Nye's closed. I almost read that as New Year's Eve. Nye's closed in Northeast. I love that area and always went to Kramer Chicks. Yeah, I actually went to lunch at Kramer Chicks maybe a week or two ago. I love that spot. It's so great. They hard to beat anything there. Their cabbage rolls, their sandwiches, just top tier spot. Went to Nye's once before it closed. Oh, I missed this one from Jimmy. They've had some interesting experiments like the conservatory. Consumer habits change more quickly than infrastructure can keep up. Yeah. Yeah, Nye's was great. I think I went there once, caught the Polka Bar. This is the brand new playground. That's the word, playground. I think just opened this week for the kids here living near the Loring Greenway. If I remember correctly, that was just randomly closed down one day. The neighborhood didn't know what was going on, and I think some of the work from some of the neighborhood orgs with council member Katie Cashman and put in that effort to get these kids a place to play. Because if you want your downtown to be livable, you got to have a place for families, kids, places for everybody. Sorrento's in the Skyway is good. I know the owner's been there for years. I think I've seen that one. I've walked by it. I think it's right next to the cookie place that I was mentioning taking my kids to. I'll have to stop in there and try it sometime. Nye's was the best. Yeah, that place was great. They still have like some iteration of it. It's just different now. It's not the same. Is Psycho Susie's there or no? Psycho Susie's closed. Whatever their other one was, they had two restaurants. There was the Psycho Susie's and then the one with the Ferris wheel. The name escapes me at the moment. I don't recall what it's called, but both of those places have closed. And if you are a big Psycho Susie's fan, they have like their party bus, they have a bunch of the supplies from the store. It's all up for auction right now. I think if you search like Google search like Psycho Susie's auction, you should be able to find it. It might have already closed or it's closing this week. Is Manny's still open? Yes, Manny's is great. Manny's and Murray's. I'm more of a Murray's type, but I guess I said Manny's is great. I've never been there. I have been to Murray's, did love it. The Burger Fountain apparently used to look like a nice dandelion, but has been off for a few years. Now we're in Loring Park. So walked through the Loring Greenway from Nicollet Mall to Loring Park right now. How am I doing for time? Beth says the trees are gorgeous. I think Minneapolis is a lovely city. Oh my goodness, Minneapolis, like this week and a half of the year when all the trees are turning orange. Some of them are, you can see they've already lost their color and are turning brown and the leaves are falling, but really such a beautiful place this time of year. You got Loring Pond over there. It's beautiful all summer, all winter. I think Minneapolis is a fantastic place year round, but obviously I'm a little biased. I was on Summit Avenue in St. Paul yesterday. Just gorgeous tree canopy there, gorgeous cover. Beautiful homes, these massive historic mansions. Jimmy says, So Good Asian was in the US Bank building near the CenturyLink Skyway. It was my favorite. Lemongrass chicken and fried rice. I can't say I've had it. Maybe I did and I didn't know what it was. My favorite restaurant used to be Nikki's. It closed. It was down the road from the Monte Carlo. Oh, Monte Carlo. I've heard that one's really good too. That's another one that I've never been into. Hassan says nice fall colors. Yeah. Loring was where I lived on Oak Grove. It's a great area. Yeah, Oak Grove being on the other side of the park for the unfamiliar. But yeah, this is such a beautiful urban park. You can see the pond in the distance. I do have to start heading back to get back to work in time. But that pond, you know, they do free canoe rentals during the summer, all sorts of free stuff at the rec center. Minneapolis Parks and Rec just does a fantastic job of having different activities, and I hope they can keep growing that budget and keep improving the activities for residents and keep this park up. Home of the Pride Festival, used to be home to Holodazzle for a few years. How long have you lived in Minneapolis? I think 8 years now, 7 or 8 years, something like that. Yeah, 8 years now. Moved into Minneapolis in October. 1 minute tours. That's John says, shoot, I missed you. Come back to First Ave and 5th Street and I'll do a guest appearance. I'm the 1 minute tours guy. That's awesome. I am headed back that way slowly. Might make it. I do have to be back to Capella Tower within 30 minutes. Shout out John and 1 minute tours. Love those videos around the state of Minnesota, boosting the state for everybody. Hey, I'm here and watching from my office. There we go. You'll make it in time. Yeah, I can make it over there. I'm trying to, I've got a little loop in my head I'm trying to get through, but should be able to, yeah. This like tree canopy near the college is just gorgeous. One Minute Tour says, you're doing a format I'm thinking of trying, too keen to talk about it. Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, live streaming is fun. I think enjoy just doing really long form stuff, walking around the cities, showing Minnesota. If I had the time and finances, I'd love to be doing more of the state, but get to where I can, you know? Stick to the non-narrated videos most of the time outside of Minneapolis, and then give people someone to chat with and hang out with when I'm walking around Minneapolis, which tends to be one of the more popular things that people watch. Downtown Minneapolis and surprisingly the Mall of America, which I try not to succumb. I try not to go to the Mall of America too often, but that is what people seem to want to watch. Cartier says, have a nice day, and I cannot wait to see your next video. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. I hope you have a great day as well. Hopefully can record another video this week, maybe Thursday. Not a live stream on Thursday, but I do have a hopeful plan. Yeah, Ange is, Ange is a live streamer in New York City. If you are in the chat, you should check out her channel there. She is up often. Me, I barely, I'm lucky, you're lucky if I stream once a week. Lana says, hated going to MOA unless I was going to a store with the outside entrance. Hassani used to live in Uptown by Ridgewood. I don't know where that is. I know where Uptown is. Well, I guess where Uptown is debatable. But I don't know where Ridgewood is. I did see someone talking the other day on social media, Taylor, about pedestrianizing Harmon Street, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to walk through here. I haven't walked up Harmon for a couple months, maybe a year. I'm for it. I'm all for more pedestrian-friendly spaces. Lots of spots for street-facing storefronts. I think that could actually work really well. Flavor Jam. Jimmy says, lots of cool history in Minneapolis. These used to all be car dealerships in the 1930s. Wow. Thank you for sharing that fact. Yeah, I was unaware of that. All car dealerships around here. And now, are there any I guess used car dealerships, but are there any car dealerships in Minneapolis proper anymore? I think they're all out in the suburbs. Lauren Cafe closed. You've got the surviving Buca de Beppo. Really staying afloat on a lot of DoorDash catering ghost kitchen stuff there. I know they had a contract a few years back where they were one of those companies that was selling all sorts of different stuff through their kitchen. So if you looked on DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever, they'd have like 5 different restaurants listed in there as at that location, but the actual storefront was just Buca de Beppo. Uh-oh. I don't want to open it. I'm not gonna cross the line there. But yeah, I think, you know, when I think about the ways that we have to come up with new ideas to keep downtown thriving and working for everybody and get it to where we can keep people coming downtown and keep the businesses afloat, ideas like that are crucial to where businesses are getting nimble, coming up with new ideas, finding new ways to bring in a little extra revenue as these old models have changed. Jackson Hall, now home to Eagle Brook Church. I actually think that that kind of loop that we're going on right now, that IDS up Nicollet Mall to the Loring Greenway to Loring Park up Harmon and back is a nice little walk. Might have to put that one in the mix more often.
Wait.
I tend to always go up to Hennepin, I feel like people like Hennepin a lot. I like Hennepin a lot. Hassani says, I had my best years in Minneapolis. Your best years so far. Hopefully you have a lot of life ahead of you and the best days are ahead of you. Wherever you may be. I was out with my kid the other day. One of their relatives gave us tickets to Valley Fair, and so we went to Valley Fair for the first time. And we're leaving, and the kid is like, "Oh, this is the best day of my life." And I was like, "Oh my!" Or he says, "This is the best day of my life so far." And I was like, "Oh, I love that he included that so far in there, keeping that door open to more great days and more great times ahead." We're now up here on Hennepin Avenue. Ooh, Matthew Jerome, here's my kind of question. How is Hennepin looking with a multi-year construction project wrapping up? Would love to see Uptown bounce back. Greetings from Dallas. Yeah, so Hennepin, I mean, you look at Hennepin right here, downtown Minneapolis. When I first started doing this in 2022, 2023, this was under construction. Last year you had Hennepin and Northeast being reconstructed, and now this year and last year you had Hennepin in Uptown under construction. I believe all of those wrap up this week. So I was considering streaming from Uptown today to celebrate that, but I wasn't sure it was entirely open, so I wanted to wait until after that. Oh, at the Orpheum here on October 31st, you have the Rocky Horror Picture Show on Halloween at 8 p.m. That is going to be a blast with live original cast members. There we go. I've gone to the Rocky Horror Picture Show a couple times over at the Parkway Theater in South Minneapolis. And always a good time. There's a traveling production here in Minneapolis that goes around the Twin Cities and does performances in front of the movie. Always a good time. But it's got to be a midnight showing. What are we doing at 8 p.m.? Come on, Orpheum. Crave used to be Palomino. Is Palomino a chain? I think I remember there used to be a Palomino in downtown Minneapolis, or not downtown Minneapolis, downtown San Francisco. We got some overlap in the living times there in Minneapolis. So here you have the pre-Broadway performance of Purple Rain. Lots of excitement around that. Never-ending excitement around Prince. Here at the State Theater. And I believe they extended it through mid next month. Oh, there's that Rocky Horror at the Orpheum. One of these Friday or Saturday nights, I'll have to come walk around as the shows are getting in and getting out, so everyone feeling nostalgic for busy streets on Hennepin can get a little excited. I always feel so bad. People will watch this video and be like, how come, where'd everybody go? What happened to downtown Minneapolis? And then when I'm down here, when it's busy, I'm never streaming, I'm always doing something. So I gotta come down here without purpose at some point. I guess to stream is a purpose. There's the Union rooftop. It's got that covered portion. I believe that's open year round. Never really been huge on rooftops, but I know they're popular here. I think if that is something that's open year round, that sort of, that looks like a permit covering though, because I was gonna say, trying to think of ideas for how to get that outdoor seating during the winter. I remember we had it during COVID, like there were those like domes that restaurants had. What a time to be alive. There is the State Theater with the pre-Broadway performances of Purple Rain. Beth says, is there Halloween snow predicted? Not in Minneapolis, I don't believe so. I maintained my prediction of November 7th for the, which is probably already in the extended forecast. But my prediction from a few weeks ago was we'll get our first flakes in Minneapolis on November 7th. Just throwing it at the wall there, no idea, nothing to base that on. Lana says, I don't have Instagram, unfortunately. I actually don't do social media at all. Now that is the best choice someone can make in their life. I use way too much social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Blue Sky. I ditched Twitter a while back. Social media, it is it's the worst. Yeah, I think we gotta go back. We gotta turn back from social media. Used to have social media, deleted it all. Good choice. It's hard to predict winter here. It's different every year. Yeah, always cold, never quite sure when it's gonna hit. We got Target Center, First Ave up here. The one thing that is certain about winter is that it's coming. It's always coming. You don't know the exact date. You don't know when the snow's gonna come. You don't know when the cold's gonna come, but it's gonna be here. And as sure as the sub-zero days are coming, so will come the beautiful bright days of spring where we start seeing flowers growing in April or May or whenever that comes. So one of the most beautiful things about Minnesota is the strong seasonality here. We have these wonderful heavy seasons. I almost broke out into Seasons of Love from Rent. Seasons of Love. Oh no, 1 Minute Tourist says, yes, he's getting closer, invading this live stream so hard. Yeah, I got time for you. I got a couple minutes. Absolutely. What brought you to Minneapolis? So I was living in San Francisco, California, and my wife is from here she's from the suburbs or from a small town outside of Minneapolis. And then we had our first kid, and the cost of living in San Francisco was just getting to be a bit too rough. Looking back now, the amount of money I was making working at a bar was crazy, and I had no idea how good I had it. But yeah, the stability wasn't there, and we came out here to be closer to her family, have a better support system. So moved out here about 8 years ago. I miss San Francisco very dearly. I grew up in California my whole life up until when I moved here, so lived all over the state, and love California very, very much. Very hard to find affordable housing in San Francisco. There's a lot of efforts being done to get more built there, but everything is of historical interest, so it's so hard to get anything coming up. Hassan says Sky Bar is still open. I don't know where Sky Bar is. I probably just walked by it. Coastal cities are expensive, Suzanne says. Yeah, it's true. You got the California Coastal Commission, which makes sure that stays that way, preventing any sort of building. You look at somewhere like Miami where they build on their shorelines, and then you look at California where that doesn't happen so much. Very different. Lana is in New York, Long Island. Miss the cost of living in Minnesota. Yeah, it is. It's incredible here. What you can get for the price is phenomenal. I'm not saying it's better than anywhere in the world. I do love it here, and I'm sure there's places people like more, and I'm sure there's people who think this is the greatest place in the world. But for what you can get for the price, it's hard to beat. But also, you got one life, so take what you can get while you can. But also, if there's other places you want to be, you got to find your way there, you know? And if Minneapolis or Minnesota is that place you want to be, you got to make it happen, right? Life's short. Life does come at you way too fast. I've had a lot of people pass lately over the last year. A lot of friends who have lost close people. A lot of that happening relatively out of nowhere. So definitely a everyday reminder to take those chances, live the life that you can while you can. Augie's is still there. I know that name. It's back here, right? Never been in there, but all these Hennepin County or Hennepin Ave bars. Not really the place I go out to that much. Susan makes a great point. Cost of living is less expensive here. Your income. Hey, here we got John from 1 Minute Tours. How's it going? Yeah.
That's my office right there.
Up here in the Kickernick building.
I'm really watching it. I'm like, I got to be on this thing. I want to be on a live stream.
Yeah.
You do a great channel. You do great work.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Same to you. Yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
So since 2022. Yeah,
cool.
right around there. Maybe 2021, 2022. At least 3 years now.
We're doing a thing. We're trying to experiment with. We want to do like a 3-hour YouTube video doing a big walk through Minneapolis.
Yeah.
So we talked about doing a live stream version of it, but then we thought, well, let's try doing it like we record it. And then we see how many times we get kicked out of the Skyways.
Ooh, the Skyway recording, you'll get kicked out in like...
Yeah.
I know the specific buildings that will kick you out. One of them being Capella Tower, but like security guards will kick you out of there quick.
City Center ones are intense, aren't they?
Yeah. But you gotta just kind of keep a good pace and get through it as quick as you can.
Well,
yeah.
keep it up. I know you gotta go to the thing, but I'm just like, I want to make a guest appearance in this thing. So
yeah, there we go.
I was on the chat with.
I think
ever happened before?
if you're watching this channel, you probably know 1 Minute Tours, right? Everybody knows the legend in Minnesota here.
Have you ever had this happen? Has anyone ever invaded a live stream before?
A couple times at like the state fair, someone came out one time and they like, I don't even know if there was someone who watched the channel. They had like a friend who was like texting him and was like, hey, go talk to this guy.
We have the same gear as well, same teacher.
Yeah, the DJI there. Definitely if you're gonna do a 3-hour though, you gotta get a external battery, which I didn't use today.
It might overheat too. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But there's like people do like the nature walk. Well, you do them. Like nature walks, and it gets the reviews and. So.
I've done the like 3-hour ones before. Yeah. I think I got close to 3 hours at the state fair, and I use an external for that.
Yeah, okay.
And this year I got to the state fair, like first day of the fair, you know, I try to get there first thing in the morning, and I pull out my external battery and it just won't turn on. It is just like, I don't know if I left it plugged in the night before and had to go to one of the vendors in the grandstand and buy one. And
but you have a setup that kind of works for it?
Yeah, I mean, this works for it. So live streams I try to keep under an hour and a half or so, because hour typically for work, but more than that I get bored, get to doing other stuff.
I was tickled with the idea of like, I literally just came up like, oh my god, he's right there.
So, so would you be doing that on YouTube or
we'll do it YouTube
TikTok?
And it'll be I do a walking tour, so I do like a talk to the camera. Basically would document my walking tour.
Yeah,
so
nice.
That's the idea.
Cool. Well, Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks,
I think I said hi to you at the state fair one time, actually.
Oh, did you really?
You're in one of my videos unknowingly. I came over and gave you the knucks at the, where was it? The hangar, I think it's called.
Oh. Yeah. Where are you headed to now?
Capella Tower. Yeah.
Cool. Just past Bob Dylan on the way.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Have a good my live stream. See ya.
Good luck. See ya. Lena says it's a low budget strip club. Yeah. Gary says, what's up, guys? Scott says, hello, all. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Now let's see if I can get back to work in time. Sneaky Pete's.
5th. Walk sign is on the cross, 5th.
All right, back up here on Hennepin. Ooh, I haven't been to the Hennepin Bridge in a while. Maybe next week I will cross that. I've talked a bit about doing my putting together a video of my favorite walks in Minneapolis, just to condense it so that people visiting or traveling can have something cool to look at. And Gateway Trail would definitely be included in that. I actually think that loop that I did today is worth including in there. I might change it up a little bit. I'd probably Cafe Trieste, not to be confused with the one in North Beach of San Francisco. Susan says, where do food trucks park? Seems so empty today. Okay, so straight ahead, all the way down, you see the football stadium there in the distance. There is there's a park right there called the Commons, and alongside that park, there's always a handful of food trucks right there. Occasionally, there's a food truck or two on Nicollet Mall, and sometimes there's one outside of US Bank Tower and Capella Tower. But those are the primary food truck spots. Lana says, nice loop you traveled all the way to, so you go, I think it would be, my recommended walk would be starting at IDS, going through the Loring Greenway, short walk through Loring Park, back up Harmon, and then taking Hennepin, and then turning off Hennepin a block sooner so you can see First Ave, and then taking First Ave 2 blocks or so, and then ending right here. So it'd probably be maybe 5-10 minutes shorter than today, but I also walk fairly fast. I did that walking tour in St. Paul yesterday, the historic homes one, and they said to put, what is it, hour and a half to 2 hours for it, and I think I did it in about 50 minutes. But that was also not really stopping to take in the beautiful longest stretch of Victorian era homes in the US. Tried to get some of them, but it's hard. I've never been on that historical home tour, so I don't know a ton about them. But I think something like that, the people who put on that tour, or maybe John or someone like that with that kind of knowledge of that area, could make a nice long video of that more guided tour. For me, I kind of just let you see what you see. I chat about what I chat about. Don't consider myself to be a source of knowledge on much. Jimmy and Lana both say, thanks for taking us on your walk. Absolutely, it's great to get outside, great to go for a walk, great to bring people along and to show Minneapolis. I do love the city very much. I think was politicized a bit a few years ago. I believe it's fallen out of that light a bit in the last few years. We don't get as much negative attention. But definitely the negative attention around Minneapolis was a factor that pushed me towards doing this. I saw people saying so much awful, terrible stuff, and you can say there's no one out. I can't really argue that. I'll show you that the foot traffic has stopped. But if you say downtown Minneapolis or Minneapolis is burned to the ground, I'll take you on a walk through the area where the riots and fires happened. you can see what it looks like today. I think I recorded Lake Street a few months back. I'll probably do another one soon. But I'm just trying to show people the way things actually are, and if you want to chat, give you a little conversation. Lana says I was there when Jesse Ventura was governor. Yeah. You brought hockey back to Minnesota, right? With the hockey coming back to downtown St. Paul and the XL or the Grand Casino Arena now. Lana says, I can attest the city is much bigger and lots of new construction, but yes, less people on the streets. Yeah. For me, so I was here for a few years before the pandemic, and I came downtown, occasionally. I worked in Uptown. Did not spend a ton of time down here. Had the occasional work meeting down here, but that was it. So just not super familiar with it outside of holidays and holidazzle and all these big events, which that's going to be, for me, a very skewed opinion of downtown Minneapolis. Scott says Hennepin is a place where you don't want to be at night. I feel like I safely and comfortably go to theater shows there. I go to basketball games at Target Center. I walk around that area. I do know there does tend to be fights and whatnot at that corner there, 5th and Hennepin, where we walked by a few minutes ago. But yeah, personally never had issue, knock on wood, but it's, you get mugged one time, you see something tragic happen one time, that'll change you. Hey, what's up? Yeah. We got 32. Here we go.
Hey everybody, what do you be streaming?
So this is on YouTube, it's Walking Minnesota, just walking around Minnesota.
Walk different cities?
So I go all over the state of Minnesota as much as I can, but I live in Minneapolis, so mostly here. Yeah. Are you guys from here?
No, not from here, but we live here.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that counts for me. yeah.
From Minnesota.
Yeah, nice.
South Dakota.
All right. You guys just out here skating, having a good time today?
Yeah.
So last stream, I was talking to people about a week ago about how I don't see people skating as much out here as I used to,
You're talking about
pre-pandemic, just in Minneapolis in general. I feel like skateboarding over the last decade has slowed down a lot. You see on Go Skateboarding Day, there's this mass crowd here, which is always cool, but
a lot of those kids, they're kind of fake, they pop out on Go Skate Day, but they don't really skate that much.
Yeah.
It's just, and everyone from all over the state comes on Go Skate Day, so it's a way bigger crowd. But I feel like during the pandemic, it blew up for a moment, and then because everyone was just bored as shit, and then it just kind of died down recently, though. Yeah, but COVID, the skate industry blew up, and then they started to buy too many boards, they made too many boards, and now they couldn't sell them because it died down. Yeah, now there's just all this overstock and shit.
Yeah.
A lot of the pros don't get paid as much as they used to because they're not making as many board sales. Yeah,
nice.
crazy.
Yeah, well, good to see you guys out here enjoying it, keeping it alive, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, you too. Take care. Take care. Will do. You do the same. All right, well, I do have to get back to work, so thanks everybody for tuning in today. I will hopefully stream again in another week or so. If I don't catch you before Halloween, have a great Halloween, stay spooky, Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you next time. Thank you for watching.